Alright, the first active turn I want to look at today is LR Tech Super Vegito. Of course, you know we had to include this unit. This is really the only reason why this unit has so much value in the first place. Yes, the Tech Super Vegito's base form is very strong, especially because on turn 4 you can break Patara and have 90% damage reduction in guard and pretty much be unkillable for that turn. But if you want to talk about a more dominant turn, let's talk about Tech Super Vegito. When you pop his active skill, he's pretty much unkillable on that turn, and on top of that, everything redirects towards Super Vegito, where he can just go bonkers on counters, do insane amount of damage, especially if you stacked a ton beforehand. This guy can single-handedly delete bosses on the active turn alone. Of course, now it doesn't have a ton of value due to the fact that bosses, the fights are a lot shorter, you're not seeing Super Vegito that often, and even if you see Super Vegito, you have not stacked up enough for it to matter. So that is the problem right now with Super Vegeta, but if we go back to long meta, which is possible in these red zone fights that are releasing it just about now, I think, actually it's 8 o'clock on the 28th here on the recording, so yeah, the banners just dropped for me, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, the active skill turn is definitely very strong for Super Vegito if you can stack up and do everything for it, but again, it is struggling right now due to the short meta, but dude, the amount of damage this guy was doing, especially on the 10th anniversary, deleting bosses with 1 billion HP, it's just really hard to replicate something like that. Alright, the next unit we're looking at is LR AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Of course, we had to include him as well. His Dragon Fist turn is just ridiculous, dude. His Dragon Fist turn, it can... Not only is he absolutely tanky and he's pretty much unkillable on this turn, he also is doing 100 million damage. He's producing crazy levels of damage. I know it's not unique to him anymore. Again, the Tech Golden Frieza and the Dragon Ball Super Gogeta are also producing their own levels of that damage, but Gogeta is still doing some crazy stuff on that turn because his Dragon Fist is also doing, the crazy amounts of damage itself. It can hit damage cap fairly easily. So not only are you hitting damage cap, not only are you, doing 100 million, you're also unkillable. Like, the Gogeta turn is ridiculous. You're blitzing Rose Masu with, relative ease, right? It's not that bad when you get to the active turn for him because of just... It's turn 3, right? You need to get hit once. If you can get once, and then once you get hit, I guess it's turn 3. Guys, okay. I have to interrupt the recording right now, guys. There is breaking news. I just pulled dual back-to-back. I'm putting the image on the screen as I'm recording this. I am putting it on the screen. I just pulled 2 Tech Golden Frieza and DBS Gogetas in the recording. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot believe it. I guess I just gotta pull while I'm recording, apparently. Anyways, yeah, that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is pretty cool. He does a lot of damage, pretty tanky. Blitzing Rose Masu blitzes a lot of these newer bosses we have now because they have not a ton of HP, but they're also, they hit pretty hard. So Gogeta's blitzing ability allows him to be just a very good asset, especially on his active turn. Alright, the next crazy active turn that we have is Golden Frieza. This guy is an animal on his active turn. I love that you can do this turn 1. And what makes it even more impactful is the fact that if you put him in slot 3, and there is a guy who is going to go bonkers, just attacking like crazy in slot 1 and 2, Golden Frieza can hit insane amounts of damage. What I love about it is, again, he's not only is he getting insane amounts of damage, but he's for example, I saw someone post in my Discord chat what his damage numbers look like after getting hit in the clone Gogeta event, when all those Gogetas are attacking, and he got to 1 billion attack. That Frieza is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know, how often we're going to see that many people attack, right? We're not going to see guys attack 20 times in the turn, most likely, right? But the crazy thing about it is if you do have an opponent who does hit that hard, the Frieza is just doing just ridiculous levels of damage. It's quite impressive how strong this guy is. His tankiness outside his active turn is, there's some more to be desired there for sure. But on his active turn, the damage this guy can produce is actually insane. On average, about 80 to 100 million. So yeah, but let's talk about his other counterpart in the next one. Next, we have the DBS Gogeta. This guy is stupid broken on his active turn as well, due to the fact that not only does he have, just the... Not only does he have the ability to just dodge all attacks because he gets all the orders. He gives, you know, allies the 230% defense support when he attacks. He has 230% attack up himself, and then he also gets the 530% attack and defense on active turn. So he's doing ridiculous damage, about 100 mil, and then he's doing that like 6 times. And then on top of that, he also has, if there's a dodge canceling fight, he's still doing 28 million defense after supering. Like, this guy is ridiculous. And then don't forget, he's giving everybody 230% attack and defense on his active turn. So insane attack, insane defense, insane support, and in any fight he has dodge 100%. In dodge canceling fights, he has 28 million defense. This guy's gonna age ridiculously. Like, this unit, he may not be the the most favorite in the world for these guys, right? Like, maybe people don't enjoy this unit too much, and I can understand that. I really do. You know, oh, it's another Gogeta. Oh, he's pretty lazy, guys. Like, you know, I can understand that. I'm not gonna say that, right? But what I will say though is this guy has the ability to age well, because turn 1, again, you have the ability to have all that defense of Golden Frieza. Then turn 3, you can go into Gogeta right away if you fill the condition. 100% dodge because of the Frieza orb changing. And then turn 5, another 100% dodge. This guy is ridiculous. One of the most broken units we've seen, and we've seen some ridiculous units this year. All right, next we have LR STR Tien. I had to include him on this list, of course, because I mean, he's just a fun unit, of course. Like, I mean, who doesn't enjoy what Tien can bring to the table with a slot 2 tri-beam, go into slot 1, right? Then you start building up that defense. You have a great balance in between that allows him to get dodge at high levels of defense, and his tri-beams doing ridiculous amounts if you are already stacking up his defense, or sorry, his attack for a little bit. And then again, he can just go bonkers. He is an insanely strong unit. I definitely underestimated this guy when he came out. He definitely proved me wrong, and I am excited to see in the future what they do for him. But for now, I will say that is just all he can do. But the dodging, the attack, the defense, everything, he is an incredible unit. And that's why I think that he deserves to be on this list. Alright, next we have LR STR Zamasu. This unit is very strong on his active turn, because when you're, first of all, if you're under 60% HP, this guy's active turn is ridiculous. The amount of damage he will produce when he's doing that, because Zamasu gets a ton of attack, right? When you're under 60% HP. You pop the active, does pretty much damage cap, and then you come out with Zamasu's attack buff from the active and the buff from the 60% or less, and this guy's busting out 150, 160 mil supers. It is ridiculous. And if you attack stacked a bit, it's closer to 200, 300 mil. Like, it's, yeah, I'm not joking. That's how strong this guy is, right? I mean, it's quite insane the damage that this guy is doing on that turn, because again, it's just what it is. Again, and it gets stronger and stronger the more you stack with Rose. But it's just the big amount of numbers Zamasu is producing on that turn is ridiculous. There's not much more to it. He is pretty tanky as well. Just start of turn defense is 2 mil, and then add some defense on top of that in guard. Per super he does, and he's hitting about 8 mil defense guard, which is, you know, it's decent. And then the 150 mil super, and then the 80 mil supers right after. This guy's a damage machine, defense tank. Yeah, he's incredible. And remember, he's also giving 10% damage reduction in slot 3, just for Zamasu being out there. So you don't really use Zamasu that often, of course. You're just not. But he is still an incredible option on that active turn, especially if you're looking for some DPS. He's going to help you achieve that for sure. Alright, finally, we have LR AGL Super Gogeta. There's a reason, of course, he's on here. And it's not even for himself, per se. It's just more so the fact that he is just, his ability allows everyone else to be strong around him. There's nothing more to say about it. He is doing, you know, the 54% active buff to all allies. That is pretty strong, of course. And then, of course, on top of that, he is doing his own damage on the turn. But really, the buff is what matters, because when you're showcasing units now, it's a very realistic scenario. You're going to have Gogeta on your teams. Gogeta is going to be there popping his Soul Punisher, right? And doing that, he's going to allow everyone else to get crazy buffs. And again, if you stack those on top of that with these other crazy active skills, like Gogeta is an enhancer for units like Golden Frieza, is in for Gogeta, and DBS Gogeta, and Super Vegito. Just adding an extra 54% attack and defense is crazy, and you could pop 2 of those. Like, I understand why Vegeta is so bad, right? I understand it. Vegeta's base form is, Gogeta's base form, the Vegeta side, is atrocious. But, like, if you could survive with him, you have an usher option at turn 4. Turn 5, Gogeta comes out and has a ridiculous support buff. It's very broken. This guy's very broken once you get outside of Vegeta. The problem is getting past Vegeta. It's kind of the difference between him and Vegito. Vegito is really good turn 1, but after turn 4, you're kind of in this weird, like, lull. Like, you know, Angel Vegeta's good, but should I be really using him? Vegito can be good, but I haven't really got the stack yet, and so you're kind of in this lull period. But versus Gogeta, which I do not like better, by the way. I don't like getting blasted turn 1 just to die. But, you know, Vegeta, outside of his base form, is very strong. With Angel Goku, he's pretty decent. Gogeta is broken, like beyond broken. He's more broken than Vegito if we're not counting the active turn, right? Which, again, you don't get a lot of value out of the active turn if you have not got your stacks up yet. So I feel like this guy is pretty impressive if you can get him rolling. But he had to be on this list because his support active is dumb. Stupid. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm sorry this one's a little more rushed, guys. If it sounds that way, I apologize. I'm in a time crunch here. I should have done this a little earlier, but it just is what it is. But I have to get this to my editor so that you guys can have a video for this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed kind of me talking while summoning and all the other stuff. I apologize if this was more put together than I wanted it to be, but if you guys enjoyed the video, like the comment, what the heck, like the video, comment below. If you guys enjoy these videos, click the first link in the description below. That's me, my voice content. The second one is all my Dokkan Battle content videos in general, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.